Hello, and welcome to Select 10. 2025 is bringing innovative, smart, and downright crazy new films to Netflix, Prime Video, Apple TV+, and other platforms. We are speaking of space clones, twisted romances, and apocalyptic devastation that will hold your attention with their bizarre concepts and keep you wondering all the time. So relax and have a look at these most popular movies available on streaming right now. Number 10. G20. It is a 2025 action thriller directed by Patricia Riggin. The movie is set during the G20 meeting in Cape Town, South Africa, and follows President Sutton, an ex-military soldier, as she and her family travel there to support a virtual currency project that will help sub-Saharan agriculture. However, when criminals under the command of former elite military officer Edward Rutledge take over the venue, the summit takes a terrible twist. As Rutledge's scheme to influence world leaders and cause a financial crisis breaks out, Sutton is forced to use her military experience to save her family and other officials. The story progresses through dramatic action scenes, which maintain the film's constant high level of tension. But the movie lacks nuance and uniqueness, and comes across as a hybrid of 90s thrillers with good suspense that is limited by plain dialogues and presentation. Overall, Viola Davis's riveting performance serves as the foundation for G20's blend of political intrigue and action. For those looking for a high-stakes political thriller, the film provides an enjoyable experience even though it doesn't create anything new in the action genre. Number 9. Harbin. It is a 2024 historical thriller directed by Woo Min-ho. The movie explores the life of An Jung-geon, a Korean liberation activist who gained attention for killing Japan's first prime minister, Ito Hirobumi, in 1909. Amidst the international disputes of the early 20th century, the story chronicles An Jung-geon as he plans an assassination attempt on Ito Hirobumi when he arrives in Harbin, China. While the An's voyage is characterized by treachery, sacrifice, and an unrelenting quest for national liberation, the movie also depicts the disagreements within the rebel movement and the difficulties presented by intelligence. The film's combat sequences and dramatic visuals are excellent, but its tempo and growth of characters are uneven. Overall, Harbin skillfully combines historical authenticity with striking drama to provide a moving examination of a significant period in Korean history. Despite its narrative flaws, the film's rich philosophical depth and artistic execution make it worth seeing for anyone who enjoys historical dramas and stories of resistance. Number 8. Heart Eyes. It is a 2025 horror thriller movie that Josh Rubin directed. The film takes place in Seattle and tells the story of Ally McCabe, an assistant in marketing, and Jay Simmons, a bold consultant hired to rework the branding for her business's Valentine's Day strategy. Their business partnership takes a dangerous turn when they are targeted by the Heart Eyes Killer, a hooded attacker who kills couples on Valentine's Day. In order to survive, Ally and Jay must solve the riddles surrounding the identity of the killer while navigating their developing affections amid the mayhem. The film's unique blend of romantic comedy and slasher terror makes it stand out. However, it does remind you of films such as Scream and Totally Killer that have similar themes. Overall, Heart Eyes provides a unique cinematic experience that will appeal to those who enjoy romantic comedies as well as horror. Despite its divisive genre-bending strategy, the film's uniqueness and engaging characters make it an outstanding addition to 2025's cinematic landscape. Number 7. Los Frikis. It is a 2024 drama film directed by Michael Schwartz and Tyler Nilsson. Inspired by real-life events in Cuba in the early 1990s, the film centers on a crew of punk music artists who chose to self-infect with HIV to flee social pressure and seek refuge in government-funded healthcare facilities. The narrative follows two members of the underground punk scene, 18-year-old Gustavo and his older brother Paco, as well as their bandmates who purposefully get HIV to gain access to state-run centers for care. Under these restraints, they endeavor to establish an ideal society, enjoying music, friendship, and a feeling of independence that was formerly not possible for them. The film excels in its moving narrative and realistic depiction of a little-known period in Cuban history when people self-infected with HIV to seek safety, highlighting the terrible results of such behavior. Overall, the film provides a poignant portrayal of resilience by striking a balance between serious topics and character-based storytelling. It is an intense and strong portrayal of adolescence, revolt, and the quest for freedom under harsh circumstances. Number 6. Last Breath. It is a 2025 suspenseful underwater survival thriller that Alex Parkinson directed. The film is based on a true story of a diving disaster in the North Sea in 2012. The film follows Chris Lemons, a commercial swimmer who ends up stuck 300 feet beneath the water's surface with just a little air left. In the midst of a hurricane, his co-workers Duncan Alcock and Dave Uwasa organize a last-ditch rescue effort. The story primarily highlights the dangers of saturation diving and the heroic measures done to save a life in dire situations. Although there are some intensely tense scenes in the movie, there are also quiet narrating stretches that at times break the story's core tension. Overall, Last Breath shows human resiliency and teamwork while providing a gripping and engrossing portrayal of a real-life underwater situation. Despite its shallow character development, the film is a notable addition to the survival thriller genre thanks to its convincing depiction of underwater danger and the cast's powerful performances. Number 5. Black Bag. It is a 2025 spy thriller directed by Steven Soderbergh. The film follows George and Catherine Woodhouse, a husband and wife who both work in British intelligence. When Catherine is implicated in a possible treachery, their marriage is tested, and George is forced to decide between his affection for his wife and his allegiance to his nation. The story develops as a gripping psychological drama that delves into the complexities of their relationship and the intelligence world that they live in. The film is well written, brilliantly shot, and wonderfully acted, with twists that hold audiences' interest. Overall, Black Bag is an interesting addition to the espionage thriller genre, providing a complex analysis of personal and professional conflict. Its fast pacing, smart dialogue, and excellent ensemble create a riveting narrative that mixes drama with deep emotions. Number 4. A Working Man. It is a 2025 action thriller directed by David Ayer. Based on the book Levon's Trade by Chuck Dixon, the film stars Jason Statham as Levon Cade, an ex-British Army soldier who now works as a construction worker in Chicago. The story develops when his boss's daughter, Jenny, is abducted by a human trafficking ring, forcing him to return to his aggressive background to save her, facing mafia members, motorcycle gangs, and crooked authorities along the way. Although the action scenes are as intense as promised, the movie lacks the originality needed to distinguish itself in the action genre. Its self-serious mood and confused dialogues make it difficult to successfully mix its craziness with an engaging narrative. Overall, the film follows the traditional story of an unwilling hero pushed back into bloodshed to defend the innocent. Fans of the genre will like Jason Statham's portrayal and the action scenes, but wider audiences may not be impressed by the film's lack of uniqueness and inconsistency. Number 3. Revelations. It is a 2025 suspenseful psychological criminal thriller directed by Yun Sang-ho. The narrative centers on a preacher and an investigator whose paths cross in the midst of a troubling missing person inquiry that pushes the boundaries of trauma, regret, and faith. The movie deftly steers clear of supernatural cliches in favor of concentrating on spiritual fixation, the human mind, and how tragedy can skew morals and vision. The performances, especially by Ryu Jun-yeol and Shin Hyun-bin, are energetic and multifaceted, adding sentimental weight to a slow-burning yet intriguing story. Visually restricted yet emotionally wrenching, Revelations focuses on ambiance and suspense instead of direct action. It's a frightening, morally challenging movie that will leave you thinking about characters' intentions and the truth until the end. Number 2. Novocaine. It is a 2025 action comedy that was directed by Robert Olson and Dan Burke. The story centers around Nathan, a bank manager who has a genetic pain insensitivity condition. The madness begins when Nathan's coworker and love interest, Sherry Margrave, is abducted in a bank robbery, causing him to go on a risky expedition to save her, using his special ability to resist injuries that would render others incapacitated. The film's unapologetic depiction of violence and Jack Quaid's charisma make the film highly thrilling from the start. While the fresh idea and vibrant execution are excellent, its overpowering violence and narrow range of humor don't often blend well. However, viewers looking for a thrilling, action-packed story with a darkly humorous undertone will find Novocaine to be extremely entertaining. Number 1. Mickey 17. It is a 2025 science fiction thriller directed by Bong Joon-ho. Based on Edward Ashton's book Mickey 7, the film takes place in 2054 and chronicles Mickey Barnes, an expendable participant on an outer space settlement expedition to the cold planet Niflheim. As part of his job, he must perform risky duties knowing that he will be cloned whenever he dies. The plot twists when Mickey escapes a supposedly catastrophic task, prompting the production of an alternate clone, which leads to an unstable scenario. The movie explores identity, death, and the morality of cloning, while retaining Bong's distinctive mix of social criticism and ominous humor. Overall, Mickey 17 combines outstanding visuals and meticulous world-building with grim satire, identity issues, and moral uncertainty. Though Robert's dual performances and philosophical topics are impressive, the pacing and narrative attention occasionally feel unpredictable. Though not as sharp as Parasite, it is nevertheless a daring and striking sci-fi film. It's great for those who enjoy bizarre science fiction. That's it for today. Thank you for watching this video. Do subscribe to our channel to see more videos related to movies and series suggestions.